Coming at you today with a very informal vlog type video. There's a cat in the room. The neighborhood stray has decided to stray to me, so he's here right now. I don't know where he is, but I'm allergic to him. The last time I saw you, I gave you a TBR for the underhyped books readathon. I did not read everything I showed you, which I told you I wouldn't. I ended up reading manga and poetry collections. So to move swiftly along, first of all, I read Doubt, and this is the compendium version, so it's really volumes 1 and 2 in one volume. And I liked it enough to where I read Doubt 2, which is 3 and 4. It was good. It was about, if you didn't watch my TBR video, it's just about, I can't find a comfortable position. It's just about a video game where you're all rabbits and you're trying to figure out who the wolf is in disguise. It's pretty good. It's kind of weird, but good. It was kind of dark, but good. And then I read 2 poetry I think that's all the manga I read. I didn't get this done during the actual time frame of the readathon, but I read it just last night. It was Alice in the Country of Hearts, and this is just the first, right where the Goodwill sticker is. You will see that it is the first volume. It was pretty good. It was a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, if you couldn't tell. It was darker. It's about this girl Alice who falls asleep outside, like in the park, and when she goes to sleep, she has a dream, and she's stuck in that dream because this guy tricked her into playing a game. So now she can't leave the dream until she finishes the game. If I run across the second volume at Goodwill or something, I'll read it, but I'm not gonna like actively seek out the next volume. You know, I've got enough to read anyway, so it wasn't a huge deal. Then I read some poetry collections. I read What We Buried by Caitlin Seal, and in the TBR video I accidentally said her name is Steele. It's not, it's just Seal. These were mostly romance poems, but there's one called Mythology that I'd like to read to you. I'm gonna read like half of it. She holds her hair up with only 2 chopsticks and a bobby pin. Think Atlas. Think shoulders. When your sadness starts to feast, she carries the light down from the mountain and hands it to you. Tells you to set it on fire. Think Prometheus. Think Savior. On Sundays, she steps out of the shower, and you don't think you've ever seen anything more beautiful than the way she walks around you with a towel on her head, water clinging to her like there is nowhere else it would rather be. So sweet. Would recommend. I did enjoy it. I don't know what that is. Maybe the cat licked it. Ew. 1,000 Mornings by Mary Oliver, a winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Very cool. These were I really enjoyed this poetry collection. A little bit more than the Caitlin Seal one, because that one was a lot of, like, just, it felt like high school teenagery romance, like, this is what I'm like, love me or leave me, kind of like, okay, got it, calm down. But this one, on the back, it says that she transports us to the marshland and coastline of her beloved home, Provincetown, Massachusetts, which is totally true, because when I was reading this, I just felt like I was on the porch of my beach house looking out at the sea, and the sky's like dark gray and it's about to storm. Like, they were really calm, like the calm before the storm. The poems are really calm like that. They just had that mood, kind of. If you like the beach as much as I do. I mean, they're not all about, like, the beach, if you know what I mean. But they all have this really calm, mellow, almost ethereal mood to them. And I really liked it. That's all I read for the readathon. But I have a couple books I've bought recently that I thought you might want to see while you're here. The first one is... it's got a price tag on it. Pigs in Heaven by Barbara Kingsolver. I read, sorry, my arm hurts. I read The Bean Trees by her. Pigs in Heaven is the sequel to The Bean Trees, which I read not even a month ago. And it was so good. I've been meaning to read the Poisonwood Bible for a long time by Barbara Kingsolver, but I just wasn't ready to commit to, I mean, it's not the biggest book of all time, but I was like, I'm just in the mood for like a 200 pager, you know what I mean? So I read The Bean Trees, which was like 250 maybe. And I went on Goodreads to rate it and say that I've read it or whatever, and saw that it had a sequel, and I was like, that sounds kind of lame. You know what I mean? Do you ever read a book where it's just good and you don't want to ruin it by reading the sequel? That's almost how I feel about this, or that is how I feel about this, but at the same time, it was so good that I'm not going to read the sequel, especially since I found it for $2 at Goodwill. So there you go. Then I went to Barnes & Noble and found The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, which Max from Well Done Books recommended. I'll read you the back. The year is 2059. Paige Mahoney, I don't know how to pronounce Mahoney, is working in the criminal underworld of Scion, London. Her job to scout for information by breaking into people's minds. For Paige is a dreamwalker, a rare kind of clairvoyant, and under Scion law she commits treason simply by breathing. Elsewhere, there's a seat of power even greater than Scion, and they have a different design for Paige and her uncommon abilities. So, I don't know, Max either like bought it and was excited about it, or read it and recommended it. I don't remember. It was only like $4. It was on sale at Barnes & Noble. Excuse me. Okay, the last one is NW by Zadie Smith. Go somewhere. NW by Zadie Smith, which has very mixed reviews from the people that are my friends on Goodreads. Seems like you either love it or hate it. And it was only $7 for a hardback, which was originally $27. So I was like, you know what? I'll take it. Me and Tuna Cat, we'll take it. Won't we? Tuna Cat! Oh, thanks. Stupid. Anyway, so that's it. I am sorry I've been gone for so long. I'll try not to do it again, but I'm an unreliable narrator of my own life. Much like Emma Woodhouse. Yeah, that's it. I'm currently reading 1,400 books. I just bought The Witching Hour. I'm on page 4. Like, I'm barely reading it, but I'm trying. I'm still trying to read.
Oh, what's it called? I forgot what it's called. The one that Tatiana likes so much. Oh, I can't remember! Like, why can I not remember?
Native boy, native son? I don't know. Shows you how into it I am. I'm on page 19 actually, out of like freaking 600. The story has barely started. I'm also reading Remains of the Day, and other than that, I am trying to read Shakespeare because I'm going to be taking a class on his tragedies. I literally cannot. Yeah, I'm just trying to read some Shakespeare. I'm pretty sure I've already read everything that's going to be covered in the class, but I just want to like reread it because it's going to be a really busy semester and I'm not going to have a load of extra time. So I'm going to go ahead and read them now and just get really familiar with them. Oh, I also started the second Game of Thrones book. I'm so behind, okay? I know, okay? Give me a break. And I think there's another book that I'm reading that... whatever. Oh, the Luminaries. I'm still like 20 pages into the Luminaries, which I was reading it for the Man Bookering book club on Goodreads, and I have completely just missed out because it was for February, and we're halfway into March. So, but the international long list was just released, so I'm going to start checking those out. Conrad from Just a Dust Jacket has a book club going on that you can join called Readers Inc. on Goodreads. And we'll be reading Sanctuary by William Faulkner in April, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's about it. So I'm sorry I was gone for so long, but I'll be back soon. I'll try to post the image spotlight soon. So I will see you then. What are you doing? Say bye-bye. All right. I will see you soon.